Alright horror freaks, today we're sinking our teeth into Ryan Coogler's weird vampire western southern gothic apocalypse thing, Sinners, a movie that, I'm not gonna lie, might be impossible to shake off the top spot as my film of the year. Here's the thing, this isn't just a horror movie, it's a genre piece that's absolutely dripping with subtext. It's a movie about race, about power, about generational trauma, and about cycles of violence. And yet it delivers it all inside this wild vampire mythos, blending southern gothic, western shootouts, old world Irish horror, and modern social commentary, all while still delivering an absolute banger of a horror flick. And seeing it blow up at the box office, well honestly that just made me so damn happy, because we always talk about original horror needing a breakthrough, and this one did it. But look, enough of being sappy, that's not what we're here to do today. Oh no, we are here to rank some deaths, kills and all around bloody carnage. Yes, this is the kill count type show where we rank every single death from worst to best, and hand out some deeply disturbing trophies along the way. Tonight, Sinners is having its moment in the spotlight, and we're thrilled to have you all here in attendance, both in our lovely theatre and those of you watching on our totally live, pre-recorded broadcast. Oh, anyway, let's get on with this. I'm Connor, your esteemed host. Now, hit that opening title sequence. Let's do this. Number 11. The worst death in the movie, Oddly Award. I always like the idea of starting out with a bang, but honestly a show where you rank from worst to best doesn't really let you do that, does it? So we've got to start with the shittiest award of the night, and that unfortunate honour goes to Chow. At this point in the movie, the Juke joint's already in full on flight or fight mode. The vampires are circling, a few patrons have already been taken out, the tension is ramping. And Bo decides he's seen enough, and he tells his wife he's heading out to get the car, which, let's be real, in any horror movie is basically announcing your own funeral. So we sit there, waiting for the juicy kill. Maybe one of the new vampires spring into action, maybe Remmick shows up, maybe, just maybe, we get something gnarly. And, well, nothing. It's kind of wild because Sinners delivers so many creative, brutal death scenes, and here they just kind of skipped it. Like, even if it was a super quick one jump scare, one shadow, one little bite scene, anything. But hey, Bo still gets an award tonight. Just probably not the one he wanted. Number 10. The First Blood. Technically, Oddly Award. Alright, I know what you're thinking. We're ranking a snake kill? Really? Yes, we are. Because there's a new Anaconda movie coming out at the end of the year, and if I want him to show up for that ceremony, I need to start showing that we don't have any biases. This kill happens super early on, and it's basically our first proper moment of violence in the movie. Smoke and his brother are unloading the truck, and hiding between the crates is a rattlesnake. It actually delivers a pretty solid little jump scare too. But is it important? Well, actually kind of, because Sinners is full of these little layers. Smoke is the one who takes down the snake, a creature that's always represented evil, deception, and sin. And Smoke, of course, spends the whole film fighting off vampires, racism, generational trauma, and basically the entire goddamn apocalypse. Oh, and a little bonus fact for you here, the rattlesnake was real. The snake wrangler actually doubled as the actor to safely place it for the scene. They then swapped in a fake snake for Smoke to stab. Who thought there was so much to say about a bloody snake stab, eh? I told you, Anaconda, call me, and you might just get the First Blood. Technically, Oddly Award.
Oi, we feckin' Irish had dibs on killing snakes, so we did. This is bleeding cultural theft, you idiot.
Oh look, it's the leprechaun. Oh god, when's the last time you were relevant? I know, you're here to support a fellow Irishman tonight, but let's be real, that whole St. Patrick's snake story is a total misconception. It's something they say
Bloody disgrace. Stealing me bit like that. I'll feckin' fight the lot of you. Do you want some, eh?
Oh, great, he's pissed. Number 9, the Back Alley Bite Oddly Award. Alright, number 9, and we're still handing out awards to victims who don't get proper on-screen deaths. This institution has gone down the drain. This oddly award goes to our main man, Cornbread. At this point in the movie, the Juke joint is still technically open for business, the vampires have arrived, pretending to be wandering musicians, and Smoke's already suspicious. He denies them entry, but Mary tries to talk to them anyway. Meanwhile, Cornbread, he goes to handle business, nature calls. So he goes off into the woods for a piss. Fantastic timing, Cornbread. While he's out there mid-piss, the vampires start whispering to him from the shadows. You don't see them, you just hear them, taunting him, playing with him, and then nothing. Nothing again. But hey, the next time we see Cornbread, it all starts to ramp up just a little bit more. But until then, Cornbread, you are the proud recipient of the Back Alley Bite Oddly Award. Number 8, the Face Full of Cornbread Oddly Award. Back-to-back awards, I mean, you couldn't even write this.
You did write this, you filthy piece of shite!
Now this might honestly be one of my favourite kills in the whole damn movie. We're right in that sweet spot where Sinners officially goes off the rails. The vampires are starting to swarm, the Juke joint's locked down, and Cornbread, oh yeah, Cornbread's fully switched sides now. He's already tried to trick his way back inside, shows up pretending everything's fine, but we all saw how that worked out. But outside we've got this poor random dude, not dead, not missing, just fully passed out, drunk in the dirt. And then when he wakes up, he looks around at this absolute horror show unfolding and delivers one of my favourite lines of the entire movie.
Smoke! Some weird shit going on out here!
Understatement of the century, my friend. And then, boom, Cornbread absolutely sprints into frame like it's World War Z. Full zombie speed, no build up, no hesitation, just face first into the poor man's skull. Full on vampire chomp, it's messy, it's sudden, and honestly, it's kind of hilarious. And what makes it even better is Chow's just casually standing there, fully vamped, just watching Cornbread devour this man like it's totally normal.
Are you talking about that? I don't worry about cornbread. You're just a little hungry, that's all. Let's go.
He doesn't blink, he doesn't even acknowledge it. Just pure, not my problem energy. Cornbread, sir, you are really starting to clean up tonight, because you're walking away with yet another Oddly Award. Number 7. The Horror Without Horror Oddly Award. Alright, this is where Sinners really reminds you that under all the vampire's blood and face chomping, it's still a movie with a hell of a lot to say. It's one of the most devastating sequences in the entire film, and here's the thing. You don't see a single act of violence, not one drop of blood, but it's still one of the most horrifying deaths we're ranking tonight. In this moment, Slim tells the story of his friend Rice, how they were both arrested, forced to play music for the white elite behind closed doors, and then when Rice simply tries to buy a $2 train ticket, suddenly that's enough to get him accused of killing a white man and raping the white woman. The conductor tips off the Klan, and from there you already know where this is going. And it's here where Coogler directs the hell out of this scene, because as Slim speaks we hear everything. We hear the music, the beautiful hopeful blues, and then we hear the atmosphere shift. The cheers of the white crowd turning darker, we hear the mob, the shouting, the jeering, and finally we hear the chilling sound of the lynching itself. A man strangled to death. You don't need a vampire, you don't need a monster, you just need a system of horror that was real. And honestly, this scene right here, this is why I think Sinners isn't just one of the best horror films of the year. It's an Oscar contender. It's socially sharp, emotionally brutal, and it's all executed with a masterclass in sound design and writing. Well, I've got to say, aside from one very little and Irish disturbance, I actually can't believe how smoothly tonight's ceremony is running. I mean, for once, everything's under control. And that's probably thanks to one very important new rule I implemented for this show. That's right, no bloodsuckers invited. Strict entry policy, so you can all stay right out there in the parking lot where you all belong. You glittery freaks. Number 6, the classic vampire shit Oddly Award. Alright folks, from here on out we are in the goddamn main course of Sinners. It's all bangers from here, and our next Oddly Award goes to Mary. At this point, Smoke and Stack have already turned away Remmick and his crew when they first tried to get inside the Juke joint, but Mary decides to go out and hear them play. After all, they did offer money. If you've seen any vampire movie ever, you already know this is kind of red flag number 1. But out she goes, listening to their music under the moonlight, and for a moment, it's pretty beautiful. But of course it doesn't stay that way, because while the band plays, Remmick starts getting weird. His eyes glowing red, the drooling starts, and the second Mary realises something's wrong, bam, he's on her in a flash. Pure predatory vampire mode. Now here's where things get interesting. We don't actually see her full death. Hey, I'm noticing a theme here, Ryan Coogler, and normally I'm the first to knock a few points off for a good on-screen kill, but here it kind of works. Because by the time she re-enters the scene later, Mary is fully turned, her eyes dead, moving mechanically like she's some servant of Remmick now, and honestly, it makes it far scarier. Plus, the scene fits perfectly with one of the main themes throughout Sinners, the twisted manipulation and grooming tactics Remmick uses to pull people into his circle. It's not just about biting necks, it's about control, submission, turning victims into believers. This is classic vampire shit done right. And it shows that you don't always need gore to deliver one hell of a horrifying kill. Mary, congratulations, you got yourself an Oddly Award. Unfortunately, you're not quite done yet. Number 5, the Shamik Moore punching a wall somewhere Oddly Award goes to... Now this is where Sinners really reminds you of who's directing, because this kill, yeah, this is where it all comes together. We've just seen Mary return to the Juke joint fully turned. She's cold, and she's very much not Mary anymore. But Stack still gets his shot. Or maybe he's just not noticing that her eyes are fully dead and she's radiating I'm gonna eat you energy. So they sneak off into a private room for a cheeky sex scene, or rather a feeding ritual. Because with vampires, those two things kind of blend together, don't they? And then bam, mid-act she strikes. Vampire fangs straight into Stack. It's bloody, it's messy, and it's kind of intimate in the most cursed way possible. I'll just say it. Not only does Stack get the Oddly Award tonight, but he also dies in a way that, let's be honest, most of the internet has probably fantasized about at some point. I mean, Haley Steinfeld, am I right, lads? I mean, crickets? Really? I mean, it wasn't that bad, was it? Ah, thank God, it's just Jiminy, the talking cricket, from the upcoming Poohverse horror cinematic movie, Pinocchio Unstrung. What a relief. Anyway, for that gloriously twisted death by vampire coitus, Stack gets tonight's Shamik Moore punching a wall somewhere Oddly Award. Number 4, the he's definitely the bad guy Oddly Award. Okay, now we're cooking, because this is the moment where Remmick fully introduces himself as the movie's big bad vampire. So let's rewind just a little bit. We're at the home of Bert and Joan, two good old racist Klan members just minding their own business. When Remmick shows up at their door, he's fleeing, he's desperate. Or at least that's the act. Because they're exactly the type of people who would trust a white man with an Irish accent over the Choctaw, literally warning them about him. They let him inside, all for a couple of shiny coins. But once Remmick's through the door, it's game time. First Bert gets turned. We don't actually see fully what happens, as Joan just walks back in to find him fully transformed, blood dripping down his mouth like he just wrapped up an all-you-can-eat blood buffet. And visually, this is some of the best vampire design work we've seen in years. The blood-slicked face, the pulsing veins, the glowing eyes, the sharpened teeth, but most importantly, that sick little grin. That's the moment that we know Remmick isn't just another vampire. This dude is a serious problem. So for stepping out of the shadows, turning the Klan into his own star pack of minions, and officially announcing himself as the movie's big bad, Remmick picks up the he's definitely the bad guy Oddly Award. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we are, the top 3 awards of the night, and honestly, what a damn journey it's been. But trust me, the best is still to come. Believe me, because we've got some...
Oh my God, I swear it was more entertaining watching this show from the parking lot.
Wait, what? Dracula, what the hell are you doing in here? I had a strict no vampire policy tonight. I mean, how did you even get inside?
That little drunk gnome that stinks of piss and vinegar let us in.
Top of the morning. The more the merrier. That's what me granny always says. God rest her. Come on in for a cuppa. Or something stronger, eh?
Fucking Irish. Wait, what? Wait, hold up a minute. What did you mean by us? Count Orlok? 1992 Dracula? Blade? David from the Lost Boys? Count Von Count? Edward Cullen? Laszlo Cravensworth? Barnabas Collins? Jared Leto's Morbius? Oh, God. Fine. You can all stay, but I don't want to hear a peep out of any of you. Got it? Number 3. The Klan gets clapped. Oddly Award. This might just be one of my favourite sequences of any movie this year, because at this point in the movie you'd think Smoke would finally get a break, but no, that's not how Sinners works. Instead, the goddamn Klan show up the very next morning, and at this point Smoke's done. He's barely holding it together, he's taken off his mojo necklace that has been protecting him all this time, and decides to take these bastards with him. Smoke goes full on one-man army, sniping them from the woods, picking them off one by one, tossing a damn grenade into the escape car, blowing up the survivors like it's Call of Duty Racist Extermination Edition, then calmly strolling through the bodies, finishing off anyone still breathing. The Klan leader even begs for mercy at the end, and Smoke, no hesitation, shoots him point blank. And there you can feel the rage baked into every single frame. Ryan Coogler's directing this like, yeah, this one's personal. But here's where it gets even harder, because after all of that, Smoke dies. But then we get a beautiful final beat where he's reunited with Annie and their child in the afterlife. We hear him called Elijah. That single moment right there turns this from being just an amazing action sequence into one of the most emotionally satisfying deaths I've seen in a long time. The revenge, the tragedy, the release, and finally the peace. Smoke, for that you walk away with tonight's Klan Gets Clapped Oddly Award. Number 2, the Everyone Dies Tonight Oddly Award. Alright folks, we've hit it. The blood, the chaos, the absolute carnage buffet, the somebody call OSHA moment. Because this is where Sinners goes absolute feral. At this point the vampire facade is fully gone. The Juke joint is officially under siege, Remmick's army crashes through the door and it's open season on everyone. I mean, where do I even start? Grace Chow setting her own husband on fire, Smoke blasting vamps like he's auditioning for Blade 4, Annie pulling off some surprisingly badass kills, Slim sacrificing himself to get others to safety. This is where the film goes full Southern Gothic from dusk till dawn insanity. Every 5 seconds someone's getting bitten, shot, set on fire, thrown across the room. It's an entire blood-soaked ballet of chaos. And can we talk about how good the action design is here? The lighting, the choreography, the blood sprays, the music swelling under all of it. This isn't just horror, it's a full-on horror opera. If the Oddly Awards voting board had its way, I'd have to rank every single one of these kills and deaths individually.
Oh, please, go no.
But screw that, we'd be here all night.
Thank God.
So we're bundling the whole damn vampire slaughterhouse into one massive mega award. But because this is the Oddly Awards, let's hand out a few bonus trophies while we're here. The Hell Have No Fury Oddly Award goes to Grace Chow, burning Bo Chow to ashes while killing herself in the process. The Hero Oddly Award goes to Slim's Sacrifice Moment, genuine heart in the middle of the carnage. The Final Girl, Almost Oddly Award goes to Annie's Last Stand before getting bitten. She went down swinging. The Vampire John Wick Oddly Award goes to Smoke, absolutely wrecking vampires like he's been training for it since birth. What an absolutely unhinged segment of the film, and for that full-blown bloodbath spectacular, the entire slaughterhouse gets tonight's Mega Oddly Award. Alright horror freaks, we've ranked the bloodbaths, we've given out our twisted little trophies, but now it's time to crown the absolute best death in Sinners. You knew where we were heading. Our best death in a leading role Oddly Award goes to none other than Remmick, Because this isn't just the best death scene in Sinners, it's one of the most layered, haunting and straight up spectacular finales we've seen in horror for years. The final battle kicks off as Remmick brings his entire vampire flock to the Juke joint. Mary, Stack, Bert, Joe and his new little chosen family of the damned. And in the middle of it all, Sammy, the last hope. I can't lie, I did fall in love with Remmick a little bit in this movie. I mean, his offer is not some mustache twirling villain monologue. It's actually kind of tempting. He's not preaching white supremacy, he's not the Klan. He offers Sammy something way more complicated. A world free of racism, a family, immortality, safety, no more lynchings, no more oppressions. And you kind of sit there thinking, is that really so bad? Because Remmick himself, as an Irish immigrant, knows what it means to be persecuted. If people were colonised, starved, stripped of their identity, you see that during the Irish jig sequence. When he's sharing his culture, you almost get the sense that he wants to build a community, a family, maybe even heal. The vampires are a hive mind, they feel his pain, they serve his will. So is that really freedom? Or is it just a new form of control? One where everyone's cursed, locked in these bodies for eternity, serving only one master. Is Remmick building a new paradise? Or is he running a cult? Or maybe both? And that complexity makes him such a damn compelling villain. Now let's talk about the actual death, because my god, we finally get to see Remmick in his full monstrosity form. The elongated fingers, the veins pulsating under the pale skin, the twisted mouth, the bloodshot eyes, the practical effects here are insane. He grabs Sammy by the face like a demon straight out of a Renaissance painting, but Sammy fights back. He takes his guitar, literally wielding his heritage as a weapon, and drives the silver into Remmick's skull. And then Smoke, the brother who's lost so much, finishes the job, staking him just as the sun rises. Remmick ignites, the whole flock follows, and just like that, the nightmare ends. It's violent, it's poetic, it's tragic, and it's everything that makes Sinners such a special damn film. For that, there's only one way to close the night. Remmick, come up and claim your award for Best Death in a Leading Role. In front of all your peers too. I mean, somehow this vampire thing really worked out for you. I mean, I guess I was kind of wrong about that.
Whoa! Come on, Remmick, you're bleeding legend, taking it home for the lads. That's our boy, by Jesus.
I mean, this is highly unusual, but I suppose I'll allow it. The two countrymen celebrating a win together. What you got there, leprechaun?
Champ, me boy, that's proper grub, so it is. Soaks up the booze, no bother at all. Creamy mash, butter, bit of milk. And the secret ingredient, garlic! Feckin' loads of garlic!
That shit.
And there we have it, folks. Sinners, the blood-soaked, genre-bending southern gothic fever dream that I honestly can't stop thinking about. You know a film's special when you can sit here for God knows how long breaking down the deaths alone. Ryan Coogler, absolute masterclass. This is what the Oddly Awards were made for. But as always, that's just my rankings. Now it's your turn. Drop your own rankings down below in the comments. Which kill was your favourite? Which one did I get totally wrong? And somehow, did we miss any? Take it up with the Oddly Academy. And of course, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button because we've got plenty more insanity coming. The Oddly Awards will return very soon, and let's just say, when we come back, things might be looking a little bit more infected. Until next time, thanks for tuning in. I'm Connor. Do we have an outro? Outro!